Good day. Welcome to today's lesson on grammar. The topic is clauses. Clauses. It is actually a continuation of what we did last week. Can you call out the lesson objectives? One is review the noun clause, then discuss adverbial and adjectival clauses, thereafter identify them in sentences. Read them again. Review the noun clause, discuss adverbial and adjectival clauses, then identify them in sentences. That is great. Let us begin the lesson this way. Can you identify the clauses in these sentences? There are clauses in these sentences, so identify them. You underline them and name them. We have done a lot on clauses. We discussed the noun clause last week. We also discussed adverbs and adjectives, although not as clauses. By the knowledge of that alone, you should be able to know this. 1. What the man said is not true. 2. He has a dog which guards the house. 3. We will resume when coronavirus is over. Name the clauses. The answers are here. Number 1. What the man said is not true. What the man said is not true. In this case, what the man said is the clause, and it is the subject of the verb is, so it is a noun clause. It is a name. When you say what the man said, you're talking about something. The next one, he has a dog which guards the house. He has a dog which guards the house. Which guards the house here tells more about the dog, so it is an adjectival clause. And the last one is we will resume when coronavirus is over. We resume when coronavirus is over. When coronavirus is over has to do with time. So this describes an adverbial clause. This adverbial clause of time. Let us make a review of the noun clause. We discussed it last week, so you can easily tell me what it is. What is a noun clause? A group of words that functions like a noun. Say it again, a group of words that functions like a noun. How does it function like a noun? It behaves like a name. There are many words that make up the noun clause, but they act like one name. Noun clause is introduced by relative pronouns. Mention them: who, which, whoever, whose, what, whomever, whatsoever, whichever, that, how, why, whom, whether, and others. It is also introduced by gerunds. Gerunds here are the verbs that end in ing, that tend to function like nouns in some usages. Using verbs with ing to function as noun is what is called gerunding. And you must know that a noun clause can function as subject of the verb, object of the verb, complement of the noun, preposition or adjective. I say it again. A noun clause can function as subject of the verb, object of the verb, complement of the noun, complement of the preposition, or complement of the adjective, as we discussed. Let us look at some examples of the noun clause. But before we look at the examples, I want to say something. When you look at a given sentence or a given expression, try to ask a question. Provided the expression can give you the question what, know that it is a noun clause. Number 1. What you did made me happy. What is a likely question you can ask on this? What made you happy? What you did. And this is the subject of the verb made. What you did is the subject of the verb made. The next one. She did not see what the man did. What didn't she see? What the man did. And this becomes the object of the verb see. Thank you. Number 3. What question will you likely ask on this? He cannot be the provider of what you need. He cannot be the provider of what you need. The question will be, what can't he be the provider of? What can't he be the provider of? And you simply say, what you need. And what you need here becomes the complement of the preposition of. It adds more to this preposition of. If somebody says he cannot be the provider of, the idea is incomplete, and it is a noun clause which comes in as complement of that preposition of. Number 4. Ask a question on this. Well, happy that we have passed all subjects. What is the likely question on this? What has made you happy that we have passed all the subjects? And this that we have passed all the subjects is complement of the adjective happy. It explains more on the adjective happy. Now the lesson proper. Adjectival clause. Adjectival clause. What is an adjective? A word that describes, as we learned last week, a word that describes a noun or pronoun. And what do you think can be an adjectival clause? Can you read with me? An adjectival clause, also called a relative clause. Also called what? A relative clause. It's a dependent clause that modifies or describes a noun or pronoun. What does it do? It modifies or describes a noun or pronoun. It tells more about them. And we go on. The clause answers the same types of questions that an adjective answers. What are those questions? Which one? What kind? Or how many? Can you read what you see on the screen? Adjectival clauses almost always come right after the nouns or pronouns they modify. Read it again. Adjectival clauses almost always come right after the nouns or pronouns they modify. This means that when you use a noun, when you use a pronoun, that's when you use an adjectival clause to describe it. Look at these examples. He's the one. He's the one what? Who visited yesterday? Who visited yesterday? Who visited yesterday? He explains more on this pronoun one. It begins with a relative pronoun or a relative adverb. Can you mention them? Which, who, that, whose, where? What you must know is that the same relative pronouns used to introduce noun clauses are used for this. The difference between them is how they are used in sentences, as we will learn more as I go on. Look at this example. It is dangerous to eat food which is not properly cooked. What is the adjective here? Which is not properly cooked is your adjectival clause, and it describes the noun food. Another sentence. Can you read it with me? I do not like anyone who is mean to animals. I do not like anyone who is mean to animals. What is the adjectival clause here? Who is mean to animals? And it describes the pronoun anyone. Describes the pronoun anyone. I want us to learn something here. Look at this sentence. Who is mean to animals shouldn't be the topic. Somebody tells you this. Who is mean to animals shouldn't be the topic. What is the adjectival clause here? Who is mean to animals? Are you sure? This is not an adjectival clause. This is a noun clause. This is a noun clause because it is the subject. It is the subject. Who is mean to animals shouldn't be the topic. What shouldn't be the topic? Who is mean to animals? So this is what clauses can do. This is what clauses can do. This is what the same relative pronouns can do. You can use some to form noun clauses. You can use some to form adjectival clauses. It depends on the context of usage. Pay close attention to this number 3. We are likely to get what we got in number 2. Do you go to the school where my friend John goes? You go to the school where my friend John goes. Now, what clause is this? Relative clause, and it describes the noun school. It describes the noun school. The relative clause is where my friend John goes. It describes the noun school. Now look at the other sentence. Where my friend John goes is not what I'm asking. Can you ask a question on this? Where my friend John goes is not what I'm asking. What are you not asking? Where my friend John goes. And this becomes a noun clause. It is the subject of the verb is. Where my friend John goes is not what I'm asking. At that time it becomes a name. Adjectival clause is specifically described. So always find out what they describe in sentences. Always find out what they describe in sentences. Next is adverbial clause. Adverbial clause. What is an adverb? A word that describes a verb, a word that modifies a verb. So what is an adverbial clause? An adverbial clause performs the functions of an adverb in a sentence. An adverb modifies the verb in a sentence, and the verb must be stated. The verb must be stated, as you see it right here. He came. Where is the verb? Came. And where is the adverbial clause? Before it started raining. What we are saying is simply that an adverbial clause modifies the verb. It takes more on the verb, just like an adjectival clause takes more on the noun or pronoun. Adverbial clauses answer the questions where, when, why, how, and others. You must know that it has different forms or types that modify different verbs in sentences. Let us consider the types of adverbial clauses in English. One of them is adverbial clause of reason. Adverbial clause of reason. This has to do with why something has happened, and it is introduced by words like as, because, and phrases like now that, words like since. We also have adverbial clause of contrast. This tries to show the difference between one thing and the other, and it is introduced by clauses or words like although, even though, whereas, while. We also have adverbs of degree or comparison. This is trying to liken one thing to the other, usually introduced by words like than, as, so as, or the. We also have adverbial clause of manner, which has to do with explaining the way something happens. And it is introduced by words or phrases like as if, as though. We also have adverbial clause of condition, and condition here has to do with the circumstance upon which something can happen or has happened. It is usually introduced by words or phrases like even if, only if, unless, in case. We also have adverb clause or adverbial clause of place. This has to do with the location, and it is usually introduced by words like anywhere, where, everywhere, wherever. We also have adverbial clauses of time. This has to do with when something will happen or has happened, usually introduced by words or phrases like after, as soon as, before, by the time, once, since, till, until, when, why, whenever. Next, we are identifying clauses and their names. Adverbial clauses and their names specifically. Let's read identify the clauses and their names. 1. The man was talking as if he was their leader. Read it again. The man was talking as if he was their leader. Number 2. The man works hard because he wants to earn a living. Say it again. The man works hard because he wants to earn a living. Number 3. As long as you cooperate, there will be no problem. As long as you cooperate, there will be no problem. Number 4. He reads so hard so that you can graduate this year. Again, he reads so hard so that he can graduate this year. 5. We are not as qualified as their own team. We are not as qualified as their own team. Number 6. After the church service, Mary went to her house. Number 6. After the church service, Mary went to her house. Number 7. I will go wherever you want. I will go wherever you want. Number 8. We work that we may earn and have to give. We work that we may earn and have to give. These are your answers. Can you look at them and say them with me? The man was talking as if he was their leader. That is an adverbial clause of manner. Adverbial clause of manner, how the man was talking. The man works hard because he wants to earn a living. That is reason. Adverbial clause of reason. Number 3. As long as you cooperate, there will be no problem. That is adverbial clause of condition. Condition. He reads so hard so that he can graduate this year. Adverbial closure purpose. Adverbial closure purpose. 5. We are as qualified as their team. We are as qualified as their team. That is adverbial closure of comparison or degree. Number 6. After the school closed, Mary went to her house. Adverbial closure of time. I will go wherever you go. Adverbial closure of place. 8. We work that you may earn and have to give. Adverbial closure of purpose. Before the lesson comes to an end and I give you an activity, I want us to look at this. What is an adjectival clause? Adjectival clauses specifically describe nouns or pronouns and are being introduced by relative pronouns or adverbs: when, where, who, whom, that, which, and others. And that what makes it different from a noun clause is the context of usage. Why this describes a noun clause is usually a name. It functions like a name. We also say that adverbial clauses modify verbs and are introduced by adverbs of time, place, manner, purpose, condition, time. Because of this, we have different types of adverbial clauses which all modify different verbs. And that you must know that clauses can be named based on usage or context, since same words can mean different clauses. We have come to the activity part of the lesson. Use 3 out of the given links. Do the given activities. Screenshot your answers and submit on the class dojo. Look at the links. I will paste them on the class dojo for easy access. Use 3 of the links. Do the given activity. Screenshot your answers and submit on the class dojo. Bye.